All right, so as promised, we're going to take a look at the two passing plays that we run as our audibles from the single back doubles. And they're two plays that we've already gone over, but I want to go over them again and I want to talk a little bit more about how they're used. Now, the first play is going to be wide receiver fork. The second one is going to be the PA slot stop. Now, these plays are actually a lot better than I originally thought the more I've been running them. So I'm just going to come out and cut back like we're, planning to run the ball like we talked about in the other video. And then I'm going to come out against, let's come out against Overstorm Brave. All right, you see this look. You think you can get the pass off, right?
Five wide.
We're going to go ahead and audible to, this is the PA slot stop, right? If it's man coverage, what I'll typically do is either zig or slant this guy. And I will leave the play action in if I have gotten them to the point where they know they can't pass commit. But when you snap the ball here, this X route just annihilates man coverage. Just destroyed them, right? Fantastic route against man coverage. Take a look at this right here. He fights off to the inside. This guy's already in trail coverage, so they hand off the other route to the other CB, and it doesn't matter. I mean, he just destroys it. You've got the slant route coming over the middle, and then last but not least, you have this dig route on the inside. Now, you have to wait till this route really opens up. You can't throw this route on the cut, typically. Like, if I were to throw it right here, I think it's, I don't know who it is, whatever corner it is, Carlton Davis has a chance to make a play on it. But this is so good against man coverage, and it does block a lot of people too. So that's actually beneficial to us. We can leave the play action in a lot of times. They do something like this, right? It's even better. Because now there's no chance that there's a safety up over the top. And we're just gone. It's just an easy dot, huge game, right? This is really good against any other kind of zone coverage, with the exception of the occasional short side cover 3, or excuse me, wide side cover 3 with the baseline. But let's go ahead and run PA slot stop. I'll show you what I'm talking about. We're actually going to run it against match. Match has become super popular, and this play absolutely destroys match. You run it, you set the play up a little bit different. You streak this outside guy. And your read is still the same. You're still looking towards X. You got to get that ball out there a little bit better than I just did. You really need to set your feet and just launch that thing, but with the precision pass. So as soon as he makes his cut, I should be throwing this. Boom. Absolutely destroys match. Cover 2, obviously it's going to kill cover 2 because that's the hole in the cover 2 anyways. Just to show you, we're in Tampa 2. Gets so wide open, it's not even funny. That should be a touchdown every time, except for that time. But it's just a monster play to run against pretty much anything. Like I said, cover 3, sometimes I'll give it an issue. With a really good zone coverage guy on the outside, like, I don't know what his zone coverage rating is. But, see, it'll probably still get open right here. Yep. Just wide open. Huge play. Now, the other play that we want to talk about, and it's also good against man coverage, but it also excels against cover 3, is, let's go ahead and, what are we in right now? We're in match. I'm going to go back to Overstorm Brave. The other play is the wide receiver fork. The only thing I typically do with this particular play is I actually don't really like putting the halfback out too much. If I do, I'll put him like a streak. But, it's not, I don't know, it's not the greatest. So you kind of give that up right away. It's tough. I like blocking the halfback and then sliding right. So if I block my halfback and I slide right, see the pressure gets picked up. You have your out route. The only thing that does that's really annoying is that now this safety kind of drops into a deep third and he'll take away our posts, right? So it can be a little bit frustrating trying to run this against cover one. You can also block the tight end and streak this halfback. It'll just cause the other safety to kind of do the same thing on the other side. Both of those routes got wide open, right? We didn't have a whole lot of time to throw the post, but I just want to show you that because of how close these guys are, it causes a lot of this to happen. This guy's wide open. He runs off his defender. Then all of a sudden this post is wide open, and you can just lob that over the top. Now the other route is obviously the C route. This is actually one of the better C routes in the game. I know it doesn't really look like much just on the play call screen, but as soon as you see him cut, you see that he does get wide open. So I'm just going to show you the space. Just ignore the blitz for right now. We've talked about how to pick up this blitz many times. So right here, I mean, that's wide open. Now, I also said that this is good against cover three. Definitely is. All right, there's just a slightly... well, actually, you can run it the same way. So a lot of times people will run cover one, cover three, mix them together. You won't know which one's which. What's great about this play is I really don't have to do anything to beat both coverages. But one thing I will do is I'll option route this halfback or curl him. It just depends. But if it's cover one, that X route wins. The Y route may run into the safety, but the C route will win. But this is a cover three. You can see as Y cuts, boom. Absolute dot. Now, Devin White did a phenomenal job dropping into coverage right there. The other thing you can also do if you think it's cover one, I think I just audibled to Tampa 2, which may be the whole reason he dropped into that spot. Okay. The other thing you can do is zig route this X receiver. This will cause that hook zone to drop down a little bit more. You see how he kind of attacked that instead of just backing up into that space. I'm referring to Devin White here on this one. The zig forced him to play underneath, and as soon as he makes that move underneath, this gets wide open. So it's great against cover three as well. You can run, or excuse me, you can also throw to the C route if they are, if they're playing hard flats. Even if they're playing cloud flats, unless they like set their zone depth to a certain, like to a deeper depth, you can still throw the C route. That's kind of like your last read, but I just wanted to highlight these two passing plays because they're really, really good in this formation. They really complement our run scheme really, really well. And that's why I've switched to the single back doubles as my base formation for the running gun playbook.